Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Kanye West album tier list. Now, today I'm going to be going from Kanye's earliest albums to his newest album. So I'm going to be very critical because he's my favorite artist, and I'm going to rank these how I think they should be ranked. And if you disagree, then you're probably just wrong. So let's get into it. First, we have The College Dropout, right? The College Dropout is really what started it all. You know, we have very great songs on there, but we also have a few sleeper songs like Hate Me If You Want. I'm not a big fan of Family Ties or like any of the skits or anything, but aside from that, the Dropout, it was Kanye's beginning, Through the Wire, and then all of his, like beginning songs are on there. It's the thing that started Kanye West. So for that, we're going to give it an A. All right, now let me try and find Late Registration. Now, to me, Late Registration is a step up, but also there's still some sleeper songs, but we still got like Gold Digger, We Major, Roses, stuff like great songs. And I feel like this song has just a better sounding production to it, even though there's still, I think there's more songs on here that I don't like compared to The College Dropout, but I think it's just because I haven't given it like a full through listen to like over and over again, because I've listened to the whole album maybe 3 times in total, but there are some songs that I don't like on there, but I still think it is slightly better than The College Dropout, so it's going to go right in front of it in the A tier. And then now, right, we have the album that dropped when I was born, Graduation. Now, people who are my age grew up listening to this album. It had Stronger, one of the biggest songs ever, and there's not a song on here that's bad. But there are some mediocre ones like Barry Bonds, Bittersweet Poetry, and I don't want to say Champion's a bad song, but it's not as good as the rest of them. But coming off very strong here, I'm gonna have to put this at our first S tier, really, because it's Graduation. You have to put it there. It's Graduation. And then next we have my personal favorite album, 808s and Heartbreak. Now, 808s and Heartbreak created a new genre, right? We wouldn't have Travis Scott, Juice WRLD, none of these motherfuckers without 808s and Heartbreaks, and that's something that we really just need to accept as a people. So this album revolutionized everything, gave us our favorite artists, and without this album, we wouldn't have any of the new like modern rap, basically. So this, obviously, S tier. And now we get to my second favorite album, which is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and it's my most listened to album, just because it is a very satisfying album to listen to. But I will say that the last 3 songs are misses. All right, they are nowhere near as good as the beginning of the album. The beginning comes so good, so strong, but then it ends kind of weak. But we also got Runaway and Devil in a New Dress, which people consider to be some of the greatest songs of all time. So we're going to wedge this right in between Graduation and 808s of Heartbreaks if we can. And now we have Watch the Throne. Now, Watch the Throne, in my opinion, is Kanye's first stinker album, all right? This album, though it has Kanye's most popular song on it, it is not a great album, as I would say. I would say it's mediocre at best, and it gave us Fellas in France and No Church in the Wild, which are 2 very, 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 very good songs. But nothing really else on this album really gets me going. It doesn't like do anything. It's just not a very listenable album to me. So for that, we're gonna have to put it, let's go C tier for now. And after that, we have Cruel Summer. Cruel Summer gave us Click, the Chief Keef remix, and Mercy. Mercy, I've never been a fan of. And the Chief Keef remix, while it's good, it's not amazing. And this album, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm going to keep it 100. I haven't listened to every song on this album. And just because I have no interest in it, so unfortunately, it's going in D tier, just because there is some good songs on there. You know, it's not the worst, but it's also not the best. And then after this, I believe Yeezus came out, right? Yeah. So we got Yeezus. Yeezus is my third favorite album from Kanye, and you know, it really just, it sounds amazing. It sounds brand new. Every single song hits except for one, which is Send It Up. Send It Up, the worst song on the album by far. But that is probably one of Kanye's worst songs, to be honest with you. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. It's probably one of Kanye's worst songs. But everything on this album is so amazing, from Bound 2 all the way from the beginning to On Site. Like through and through, great album, except for the one skip. I'm gonna put it right in front of Graduation. So after this, I believe after Yeezus, he dropped Life of Pablo. Life of Pablo for me is a great album, but it's too long. This is Kanye, it's too long. You know, if it was 11 songs maybe, but I believe it's around 20. Do not quote me on that. I do not know the facts 100%, but I think it's around 20. But we got some great stuff like Father Stretch My Hands, 30 Hours. 30 Hours is one of the greatest songs of all time, in my opinion, just because it's so like catchy. And people think that Drake wrote it, but he did not. He wrote the part that sucked, you know, the part at the end where Kanye can't rap. He wrote that. He didn't write the whole song. But then we have also Waves, which used to be my favorite song, St. Pablo. It's a great album, and I think it matches this color fairly well, but not A. It's not going in. I don't think it's going in A. It's nowhere near the College Dropout or Late Registration, you know. Even though the production on it may be more complicated, it just doesn't like hold up as much as those old albums do, I'd say. And so here's where I get mixed up all the time. I have no clue what comes first. Ye, Kids See Ghosts, or Jesus is King. I have no clue. I think it goes Ye, Kids See Ghosts, then Jesus is King. So we're going to try that out. So Ye, perfect length. It's 7 songs. Every single song on there slaps. Every single one. This one, kind of an easy ranking. I mean, it goes above. Ooh, actually, I don't know. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a low A. I'm going to rank it a low A just because it's a great song. Every song on there slaps, and the music videos are pretty nice too. Music videos. I think I'm thinking of a different album here, but I don't think it has any music video. It has lyric videos, and also it has a very good album art, so we're just going to do that. So next we have Kids See Ghosts. Now, Kids See Ghosts is the collab album with Cudi, and while I like it more than Watch the Throne, it's a very short album, 7 songs again, but it's not as good as Life of Pablo, right? It has some great songs. Every single song on it is good, and you know, funny enough, I think the worst song on the album is the one called Kids See Ghosts, but it's just not a very re-listenable album. You can, but like, just not a whole lot of enjoyment you'll get. I mean, I like Reborn, I like Fire, and I like Free. Those are the only 3 songs out of the 7 that I can listen to back to back. But the rest of them, they're good, but they're not really for me, I guess. And this is my ranking, so we're gonna have to put that one in B tier, right behind The Life of Pablo. And now, I might get hate for this, but Jesus is King. Jesus is King, to me, is, I don't want to say overhyped, but it's definitely given more oomph to it. You know, it's not that great of an album, if I'll be honest with you. And actually, I'm going to rank this one super fast just because I don't want to talk about it all too much because I don't know a lot about it. We have Water, which is a great song. Then we have Salai, I don't know how to pronounce it. And then Follow God, which those are great songs, but compared to Fellas in France and No Church in the Wild, nah, it's getting below. It's below Watch the Throne. And then next we have Donda. Donda is, well, for me, I was there for the rollout. This was the first Kanye album I was really there for the rollout. And let me just say, waiting an extra year for this fucking album to come out was a pain in the ass. Watching him lift weights underneath this stadium, just watching the live streams, waiting. It was entertaining, but also that was a time where it was like, is this motherfucker a clone? But aside from all that, the album is way too long. It's way too long, but it does have some great songs. Come to Life, Moon, Jail Part 2, Remote Control. I mean, that one with Andre 3K, Life of the Party, and the Andre 3K feature is just fucking amazing, you know. And this album right here, this album to me means more than the Life of Pablo, and it means more to me than Kids See Ghosts. But I can't say it's better than Ye, because Ye just has some great production, even though some songs aren't as meaningful. Actually, yeah, I think it actually might be better than Ye. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's better than Ye. I'm gonna put it in front of Ye, actually. So boom, Donda in front of Ye, behind the College Dropout. And now we have Vultures. Vultures is well, except for Carnival and Burn, this shit sucked, man. I mean, come on, be fucking for real. I don't know what the fuck happened to him after Donda, or if Ty Dolla $ign just started lacing his fucking shit. But like, this album, Carnival was awesome, right? But it's just not, it's not, you know, you can't base an album off of one song, you know? I'm honestly gonna have to say that just because of the lack of meat on the album, I'm gonna have to say it's worse than Cruel Summer. I mean, I'm gonna have to say it's worse than Cruel Summer, you know. And for Vultures 2 not dropping, that also kind of brings down Vultures, since it's supposed to be a part of a 3 series, and he won't even drop the second one. Kanye hates the number 2, bro. He fucking hates the number 2. But this has been my ranking. Now tell me if this is at all valid. I mean, 808s, you can't disagree. This is the most influential album to me of all time, especially just because of how old I am and when I grew up. Same with Graduation, Dark Fantasy, Yeezus, all great songs. And then you have these two, which came out before I was born, but still great albums. And then you have Donda, which I was actually actively like listening and tuning into all of this shit. Then you have Ye right here, which is just great album, good feels to it. It's short though. Life of Pablo, a bit too long, but great production, great sound, all that. Kids See Ghosts, decent production, short album. Watch the Throne, it has 2 very, very, very good songs, but you can't base an album off of 2 songs. C-Tier, Jesus is King, 3 good songs, but they're not as good as the album that's in front of it. Cruel Summer, you know, I haven't listened to all the songs. 3 good songs, but one of them was a remix, one of them was basically a Big Sean song. And Vultures, you know, Carnival and Burn was good, but, you know, better than the Chief Keef remix, better than Mercy, better than I just Click. I really don't think so, you know. So this has been my Kanye West released album tier list. Tell me if you think I fumbled on anything, if you think I should change it. This is all my opinion, and honestly, I think I could put the College Dropout in front of Late Registration on some days, because some days I'm feeling the College Dropout compared to Late Registration. But that's just like my multiple fucking bullshits or whatever the hell. So, but Donda, I think Donda is better than Ye, and yeah, the rest of that I think is perfect, you know? I mean, you can probably swap Graduation and Yeezus, but for me, Yeezus takes the cake just a little bit more, just because it came out in a time where it was just like Kendrick dropped, I think, and then like Kendrick dropped that same year, I think, as well. I'm not 100% sure, but Yeezus was just a great album, great time, just great sound, and has some of his most classic songs on it, you know? Dark Fantasy, literally, that shit has 2 of the most beautiful songs ever made, Runaway, Devil in a New Dress. So, and then 808's just, it's peak, you know? So tell me if I got anything wrong, and I'll see you tomorrow.